Did you start? Okay, we're going.
We have a subcommittee meeting.
Did you start? Is this going yet? Okay. Okay, good evening, everybody. It's Long Range Planning Subcommittee meeting, and it's August 20th at 6:30, and we're so glad to be here on such an awesome evening in Sun Valley. So we'll call this to order. We have our land acknowledgement statements. They're the same as the last time. Our anti-racism statements the same as last time. And present so far, I know Rick is on vacation, but so he's excused absence. Chad's here. Thank you, sir. Gary Bara had it, I talked to him the other night. He had a previous engagement. April, thank you for being here. Elizabeth, thank you. Ken, I think he's gonna make it. Mitch, so glad you're here.
Thank you.
And myself,
mark yourself present.
Okay, we'll do that, no doubt. So, I was gonna have this meeting on my boat, but everybody had different ideas and really wanted it to be recorded, so we are here. So I owe you guys, we'll get on there sometime and have some fun. We always work. You know,
Where do you put the boat?
It's in the water.
Lake or
Yeah.
sound?
Yeah.
Because
But really,
I pretty much threw up anytime I get near the ocean.
okay, we won't go to the ocean. Okay. So the agenda night here is A through H, as you can see in front of you. I made copies for you guys in color. Actually, Max made the copies for me. But I wanted to go back and kind of revisit the town meeting of Barnes 6 and 8 briefly, and then how the community responded at that meeting. We'll kind of do this, but our heads, and then I have got information that like Barn 8 went to be the Sun Valley Community Center, Barn 8, and they are also interested in the Pavilion, and they want to call like Barn 6 the Pavilion. So we have new names for these two barn areas, and we'll discuss that in further detail as we get through this tonight. I definitely need your help tonight, everybody here, to get through this. So going back to our town meeting when we discussed barn 6 and 8, did you need general feedback on that? And at the same time, we can move B in there, response from the community at the same time is open to just try to get us there again and then get us tonight what we're going to try to do.
Well, I'm going to go back to 2004, when the first extremely thorough comprehensive plan was ever put together for the community. In the community at the time, they were struggling. They wanted to know why they couldn't be a city also, which we discovered we can't. But there was a desire for a place to meet in case of an emergency. Right?
Oh.
Now, at one time in this building, in one of the rooms down the hall here, the Red Cross stored supplies.
Amazing.
Emergency supplies, cots.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And we asked them finally to come and remove them. And we asked them to come and remove them because there were only less than a dozen cots. And the supplies were really antiquated, and there's much better emergency supplies now. And we didn't have an emergency capability. If this valley loses power, well, this building loses power. So why would we ask everyone to come and gather in a place where we have no food, no water, no power, no lights, no heat? And so we said it was ridiculous for us to have those supplies because we could not, in good faith, tell the community, hey, if there's a problem, come here. Well, all you're going to do is have a location for a riot.
Yeah.
All right? So,
God, that's great.
what's that?
That's great history.
didn't know
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay. So, now we're looking at these completely blank canvases, all right? The community still has, and even more so now, more of a community and less a subdivision attitude. And we have no place to say, you lose all your heat, you lose whatever, where do you go, you know? And we have the capability in a 10,000 square foot flat one-story building to say, come on in. Now, what are you gonna provide? Okay, well, I think we need to have a generator on that building. We need to have at least lighting.
So we have power.
So we have power, all right? We have a place for people to be and heat. So I understand there's some people on the board, they're like, no, I don't want a kitchen and I don't want a generator. Okay, this is the community center. You're not gonna put a generator on this because you're not gonna have a place that all those people could come to. But you would have a place where all those people could go to there. And
Food.
now, we could go to the Red Cross and say, okay, let's go back to our community. We can petition the Red Cross for Red Cross supplies. Now, not, when was the last time we did this? I think in 2016, 2017, we had the fly-in where the emergency planes all came in, float planes, and landed and pulled up at the marina. And they could ferry injured people in and, or not in, but actually in, and then the fire department could transport them, or they could bring them to the marina and transport them out. And they could also bring in supplies. And in the most recent fire across the water, helicopters landed on our golf course. And we had people, firefighters, staged here, but they were intense.
Yeah.
Okay, we could, I think, let's take it to the next level. We can, the flying capability went away, but it was proved that they could do it. And there is a group of people that do float plane, emergency, civil air patrol kind of stuff. Well, I think we should, for our community, have this. Now, the community didn't say, oh, give us a place to gather. No, I think this is a governance job. You want a open air pavilion or a pavilion, great. Well, what are we gonna use it for besides sports?
Yeah, that's really this meeting night is, what would we put in the pavilion?
That's correct.
Because we're really, everybody wants the pavilion that they talk about, and with the pavilion, this is a completely different type of construction than we had put before. This is gonna be a metal building. So it's one story, so there's still, we got the square footage, but, you know.
And you have roll-up doors, so you can open in the summer and close it, and heat in the winter.
Yeah, that's good. So
It should have insulation.
So it's a year-round facility.
So it should be, the pavilion's gonna get built before we do anything to Barnett, so let's talk about the pavilion with all the stuff we need. Now, that's great history. I had no idea.
So you're gonna use the pavilion,
some
round
backup.
6. Like, great, all right. So what do you wanna do in it besides play basketball and roller hockey or have dances or whatever? Well, let's also make it our community emergency location. And for that, we would need, and if we're gonna also, when we rebuild 8, move part of the gym over there, well, bathrooms and showers,
We got it, yeah.
all right?
We need it.
So
We need showers.
bathrooms, showers, meeting rooms, and you're gonna have to have one room that we had proposed for equipment,
Right.
all right? That was the big double doors with a pass-through window. To be able to check equipment in, check equipment out. I still think you wanna have a kitchen,
Yes.
Yeah,
right?
it's an emergency thing if we're out of,
Yeah.
Not so much,
Power
but also.
Gatherings.
We have gatherings.
Yeah, mhm.
We're a community, we gather.
Yeah.
You could make that operational during the fair.
That's correct.
That would be awesome. And they got roll-up door, we'll keep it the roll-up doors. So that
It breaks it. Coming in and out, you have a functioning kitchen in there. And an emergency, you have a place for people to go. In the wintertime, it's heated, right? You want to gather, you want to get together with family and friends and play whatever game you want to do, great, right? So,
and we have a place for seniors, handicapped,
Yes, it would be all up to speed. And I think we should put some meeting rooms and maybe one of them, like dedicated to.
Yeah, and if you put the 2 rooms back to back, then you can, open up an accordion door and have a larger thing. I mean,
There's plenty of room in there for,
That's
to
right.
do that, to have some standby rooms. I mean, we got lots of footage.
So if you think of it to be as, multi-purpose as a Swiss Army knife, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
And all the different, like recreation, safety,
line dancing, square dancing,
Yeah.
roller skating.
community events, make that as multi-purpose as you
possible.
could, that's gonna help the architect come up with a design where, you can just switch.
Yeah. Get everything in there that we need, it's gonna be there.
They do that at the
Be very-
Lighthouse.
Yeah,
They got a big, open, multi-purpose room, and it's a dining hall, it's a place for people to sleep, it's an intake area. I mean, they use that big open area, about 5 different purposes all day long. And then it's there for overflow as well, or, if there's, severe cold weather, they'll open it up to get more people in off the street.
yeah.
and you wanna have, lots of computer hookups, whatever they're called.
You want Wi-Fi,
There you go.
Why not?
just Wi-Fi capability.
And-
People can bring their own computer.
Yeah, and places where people can plug in their wheelchairs.
Charge them up,
Uh-huh.
good idea.
Plugging your wheelchairs, is that a thing now? Electric wheelchairs?
There's a number of people here that have them, and do you remember Ruth Evans?
No, I don't know.
Okay, she had an electric wheelchair and she was on massive amounts of oxygen. And she died during the pandemic. I don't know, she said before that, or at the beginning of it, she said, if something happens, I'm just not gonna make it, because just getting her out of her street and finding a place for her to be, and she was just totally handicapped.
Yeah, I'd like this to be a place that we could get the seniors out and that they could gather, they could do lunch. I did talk to Meals on Wheels, and how they run the Bellingham Adult Center. And what it requires is to have a nonprofit organization that everything, you're over 60 in the group, and you have a kitchen, you have a facility. Meals on Wheels can come out and actually make meals on site, and they ask for a donation of $6 a piece if you're over 65, over 60. If you're under 60, they ask for $10. But they're doing this 5 days a week at the Bellingham Adult Center,
I've been there.
and they do great food. I mean, I'm involved in the CTK farm, and our farm, we donate all the fresh vegetables to these type of events, so they're eating really good.
I had figured, as we get further along in the planning process, that I would get with whoever runs that place.
Yeah, I have a couple names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and,
In
one of my
any case,
friends,
it's gonna need a kitchen.
yeah,
Yeah, you have to-
for any number of things, it's
Yeah.
gonna need a kitchen, even just after basketball games, pizza.
Pizza and
Yeah,
spaghetti.
it's a staging kitchen, it's like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, it looks like some of the key criteria are like meeting rooms, kitchen, generator,
Equipment storage room.
equipment storage room, but those are kind of like the 4 main
A rec
things,
office.
right? And then after that,
restrooms, a family restroom.
right, restrooms, obviously.
Showers.
But, and showers,
Yeah.
right, so people, if there's an emergency, they can gather together there, and then,
You guys know
Have-
that there's showers in the library,
Yeah, because that used to be the,
campground,
right.
place, yeah.
and then have it as open/closed as possible, like both, really, right? And, should be come in a lot less expensive than what we had originally thought for that area.
Yeah, this is different, building, it's not wood and stuff, this is metal,
Right.
so it's a lot more affordable.
So meeting room, showers,
Yeah,
storage,
Kitchen.
washrooms, and kitchen.
And an office
Right,
for
Ray, is that,
staff.
pardon me?
An
Yeah.
office for staff.
Right, so in the meeting room or whatever, right?
that's the same list we got?
Those are the,
I'm pretty
You just
sure,
walk in there.
I'd say, let's make a list and let's vote on it as a subcommittee, asking the long-range planning to go to the board and say, this
Yeah.
is what we're asking for.
these are the criteria,
This is the
right?
criteria.
So let's just go again, so we got the meeting room, right?
Couple meeting rooms.
2 meeting rooms at least, right, that can be used for many purposes, adult center, whatever. Showers, right?
Yeah.
Washrooms, right? We want a generator to use as an emergency facility if needed, right?
Yeah,
And there was
power goes out for
kitchen,
10 days.
and a kitchen.
Kitchen.
So those are the 5 things.
No, equipment storage, because if it's gonna be a rec building with basketballs, soccer balls.
Right, so equipment
whatever,
storage.
Chairs and.
Chairs, tables.
So equipment storage, so those are 6 key items, and then we wanna make it as open and as closed as possible.
So we want heating and cooling.
Well, obviously, yeah. but,
Gotta
you want
put it in.
heating and cooling,
Yeah,
and,
HVAC.
you know, you want those roll-up doors, so an insulated building. So it's a year-round rec building.
Do we have air conditioning in here?
No,
Right, do we need air conditioning in that building? Or just heating?
I don't, you know.
It's not probably a difference in expense, right? It's not major. It's not a major.
It makes
It draws a lot of power.
If you put in if you put a heat pump in or something, you know, and you just, it's probably not.
If you-
100,000 square feet with a heat pump, yeah, that's 12,000, that's almost 10 tons.
Hmm.
That's
If
a lot.
you have the venting, the pipes or whatever, you can put the air conditioning or cooling in later. But if you have to go in and retrofit,
Build it once.
build it once.
Let's build it once, let's build it once.
Build it once, don't get the camel's nose under the tent and say,
So-
we'll get to this.
We're gonna have pliers in
What
our.
an Eastern
Put
comment.
in pliers.
You've never heard that phrase?
No,
Camel's nose under the tent?
no, never
Ray,
heard
have you
that.
got the key criteria for the building then?
I think you nailed it on that.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we, as the subcommittee, ask both of the directors to go to the board and say, this is what long-range planning is recommending be the criteria
For
for
that
this
building.
building.
I agree, I second that.
Okay,
All in favor of, oh, but discussion.
you guys wanna talk about it more? We got 2 meeting rooms, we got showers, we got family restrooms, we got a generator, we got a full deal kitchen, we got equipment storage, we got a rec office, got roll-up doors.
Where's the senior center,
HVAC.
is that?
What's
The
that?
senior
It'll be in
center?
one of those
Is it-
meeting rooms.
Okay.
How about like a sound system with, video? In case you have gatherings or they're gonna movie nights or something.
Oh, all right, so look, Wi-Fi and,
Oh, Wi-Fi, yeah.
Wi-Fi and a,
Big screen.
AV stuff,
and a movie screen.
yeah.
If those are mine, those things can be added.
Yeah, they're-
That's-
But we just get the basics.
Those are, we want the basics.
So Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi's
okay, you're right, it's, those are accessories.
right.
Yeah,
At this,
basics.
at this stage of the game.
Yeah, the core criteria are those 6 things plus the open and closed part.
I watched the budget meeting the other night, and we're having a discussion right now. I watched the budget meeting the other night. Depending on what this thing is gonna cost, we might not need a special assessment for it, which would be beautiful.
Right.
So,
Selling furniture though, if you ask what they're gonna use their space for, somebody's living room is different than another person's living room. Like,
Okay.
oh, we're gonna entertain, so you're gonna do your space planning differently with that couple than with somebody who says, no, I just want a proper living room.
okay, so,
How are you gonna use the space is gonna dictate how you know,
Well, the architect.
Design it.
Architect
Yeah.
can figure that
Yeah.
out.
so I
I'm
think-
gonna
I
arm
think
the
if we-
seniors and take over one of the meeting rooms.
Right, yeah, I think if you go, hey, we envision a movie night and having the whole community.
I
look
gotta
at
tell
big
you,
screen.
the idea of a movie night,
Yeah,
so we hadn't talked about that before, but the idea of a movie night selling popcorn, you know?
come on, man.
So, do we need to make a motion again?
No, we got a
No, we have a
motion.
motion.
We have the motion,
We just need to call, vote.
so I second it, or is that already?
I second, you seconded.
All right,
That's
so now can we
discussion.
vote?
Do we need
Now,
to discuss it
question.
again?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Any opposed, any abstained, no one else?
Unanimous.
So that we're passed.
So,
Now, I think we ought to get the safety committee and anybody else on board prior to the meeting, so that,
safety committee, would you like to have a place that's an emergency location working with the Red
That
Cross?
makes sense.
How would you
Right.
use it?
Yeah, that's something.
But Rick is already on board with all of that,
Yeah,
right?
could be
Yeah,
honest.
but-
but what we want is people standing up in the meeting when we present it to
That's not a bad
general,
idea.
I
Because
think,
that, yeah, because that town meeting is the 8/27.
hell,
it wouldn't be bad to have somebody here from the Red Cross saying, listen, having a place over here that you guys, we could stage with you. We've done it with the firefighters, and we've done it with the flying.
So does that come under item G, when we're talking about the town meeting, where we have the safety committee? Is that, so are we past B, C, D, E, F, G? Are we past all those, or we're just skipping G?
No, we
I
got a
think we're
lot
up to
done
F,
before you got
aren't
here.
Oh, so we're on H now, scheduling the next meeting?
no, I think we're up to F.
We're up to town meeting is where we're at.
Oh,
We've got what we need, and we've got to go to the board, and then board will get approval to find out what this will cost from Carletti.
if we,
And hopefully we can get some cost of this by the town meeting.
We've answered the mail to the community. We've added in above and beyond what they asked for, because that's what governance leadership does. You look at it and then you say, okay, how will I use this space?
Yeah.
And then if it's really the pavilion,
The pavilion.
all right, well, this is also our community emergency. Okay.
Okay.
well, judging by the number of people that turned out for the dog park, if we say we're at a little lost animal room too, we'll have overwhelming votes.
Okay, I'm gonna play with this for a second. Do you know we have a dog jail?
Yes, I know,
Did you know?
No.
I did not
Did you
know.
know?
oh, yeah.
So the next building over, when you're leaving tonight, you're gonna see a little area that is like caged, and it's locked.
That's what that
And when we would find a dog that was wandering the community, this was before my time, and they didn't know it, if it wasn't friendly, they put it in there and put the word out to the whole community, we found this dog.
That's never been used in the last 10 years. It
Oh, I know it has been used.
For a dog?
My
hasn't been
neighbor-
used in the last 5 years.
No, that's true, the dog died, but my neighbor had a dog that got locked up there one time.
I refused to use it starting in 13. We would bring the dogs to the office. And if it was friendly, someone would bring it home overnight.
So is the dog park on the agenda?
No, we're just, she mentioned dog jail.
No, I just, how many
We're back
people
we're
turned
back
out
to
for that
the, yeah, we're
meeting?
back to the town meeting, and this town meeting, we want to have some facts on something, what the cost is, the stuff that the building that we just put together.
When are you gonna get that?
I have to get a few things done before I can do that. I'm hoping to have it by the 27th.
Thank you for getting your ducks in a row.
Yeah, we're trying, we're gonna get her going. And then, but this, everybody's pretty good in agreement, everybody knows what we need.
Yeah.
I think we need to be there and stand up and say, and this is why.
Yeah.
What day is that?
So-
27.
So I'm thinking,
Is it next
well,
month?
Elizabeth, you are the queen of helping us stay focused to get the adult center. So I think maybe on the 27th, maybe you do a little piece on like how important
I can,
to
yeah.
have a room
Mhm.
for us, because this can happen pretty fast.
And how many people in the community this could, you know,
Oh, yeah,
1,400 over 65, that's huge.
Yeah.
The need is huge, huge. But they might
Except
listen
for the
better
youngsters.
from you than hearing it from me, you
I don't
know?
think it's
I
great.
don't know, I
the
think,
two youngsters.
and, you know, I was talking
We
to,
need more money in our social security
I
account.
got a long ways.
Yes, same.
Elizabeth on that. And then, you
What do you
know.
meant, 3 minutes or? is
Yeah,
it too
2
long?
minutes, just 3
Okay.
minutes, just to talk about that piece.
Yeah.
And then, Mitch, I kinda like to have like a place that we could gather in case power goes out for 10 days, we could get some food and get some showers and.
I can go ahead and do
Just
a quick talk and overview, it's like,
Just-
these
just
are
a-
things that we've done in the past.
Is that a safety committee? Is that a Rick Asai thing? Because that's a safe, that's,
More on safety.
that's an important point,
Yeah,
right? But for Rick to,
It's true.
and I don't want to take anything away from Mitch, because he'll probably make a really good presentation,
Yeah.
but it's a safety committee issue.
I think we should let Rick, ask Rick if he wants to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know that he would have the background on the Red Cross or the float planes, but he certainly has the firefighter and the
Right.
helicopter.
yeah.
Any safety committee chair, right?
And he's thinking, I think having him stand up and do it. Now, he's also co-chair of long-range planning.
Yeah.
And he's also,
So he's a good person.
He's gonna be talking about the
Finances.
funds, the finances.
So you might be plan B.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get the fire.
that sounds like a bill that I don't want to reinforce.
I'll talk to Rick, I can't talk to him
If
for
you
3
need
days.
it,
Yeah.
you want it.
Yeah,
It just, I think it would be stronger to come from the safety committee chair. I think you would present a strong argument, I'm not saying you
Hold on a
would.
second, I think that Rick, if Rick stands up and says, let me talk, I'm Rick Asai, I'm gonna talk finances, because I'm the treasurer. Oh, I'm also the safety committee chair,
Right.
let me talk safety, so right, it's gonna all look like it's one person.
but we
You
can,
want a diverse group of people, have someone else in this committee stand up and give that talk. Don't make it one person with 3 hats,
yeah.
then you look like it's being rammed.
I think Rick would be a good person to present that, that's all,
I'm not
that's just my
disagreeing, I'm
opinion.
just saying
Yeah.
that it looks like it's a single
We
point of
need more
view as
people.
opposed to a
Yeah.
diverse group
So
of people.
then more people can talk later, right?
We're
As
not,
far as organizing
here's where
it.
we don't agree.
Yeah, I'll talk to Rick once, he said he's gonna listen to this tape, so he'll know about it.
Rick, I think you're a great guy, you're wonderful.
He needs to, Rick needs to talk louder though.
Yeah,
He's a calm, quiet
he's
boy.
telling us all on tape.
Well,
You know,
then-
having Rick presents the way he does,
He does
it works really well.
It does.
Because it's calm, and he's not adversarial,
Right,
and he just presents the facts.
right, but if you can't hear him,
Well, I think he's,
we need to get better.
so,
Yeah.
I think people can hear him, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So a good microphone system in there.
There we go.
Is there any other areas in this building that we put together here for the pavilion that are specific that we need to talk about?
Well, yeah,
That
I
are
think
highlights? Kitchen
we covered a
highlight?
lot.
Sprinklers all covered.
Well,
Well, that's all- That's all part of the
That's
architecture.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
Hey, we can have a kegger in here.
The reason I bring up sprinklers is you know, if there's ever an event that wants to serve alcohol or beer, you can't if you don't have sprinklers.
Yeah.
that is the weirdest law.
It's true. Only you can build it without sprinklers anymore.
And we're trying to get all this done for approximately 2 million, plus or minus a little bit, based on who does the job.
I think one of the
We're really
things,
not talking numbers tonight because we just put something together that's gotta get a real number.
But that's kind of a number that was tossed around.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that has really upset a number of people was when we were talking about the large number. And I think we need to talk more about, okay, this phase is this amount, this phase is this amount, this phase is that amount. And maybe have a different special assessment for each phase.
Yeah, right. You're right, I don't think we're gonna get into the community center part yet, which is Barney.
Yeah,
We're gonna pretty much focus on what we can do.
what
So,
we have to do right now is tear that building down and put something in its place.
and this is.
That's the immediate.
Yep,
has to
that's
be.
the plan, and we're gonna
Yeah.
try to get some numbers so that we can present that at the
Yeah.
town meeting with your help. And we might use your help, I'm thinking.
I'm happy to be in the background.
Right. That's really all we needed to do tonight, folks. Really appreciate you guys showing up.
I move that we adjourn.
I second that.
All right, I'm all for adjourn, just know that there is a meeting on September 4th. Okay?
Yeah,
Is that a regular meeting?
Regular meeting,
But also the town hall on the 27th.
yes.
And